germination of a seed. Have you ever looked at plants and wondered about their existence? In this video, we are going to see how a seed grows into a plant. The process by which seeds grow into a new plant is called germination. The life of a plant begins from a tiny seed. The seed is protected by an outer covering called a seed coat, and the seed contains a small baby plant called the embryo. Certain conditions need to be met for a seed to grow. Light, temperature, moisture, nutrient-rich soil, and good quality seeds are some of the essential external factors. Once these conditions are satisfied, the seed begins to grow. The seed absorbs water from the soil and provides moisture to the embryo. This is known as imbibition. Then the plant cells inside the seed start duplicating, enzymes get activated, and the embryo starts getting nourishment. The first sign of growth is a tiny root that comes out of the seed. With more and more nourishment, the embryo starts growing. Eventually, the growing plant bursts open through the seed coat in search of sunlight to start its process of photosynthesis. Once the seed coat falls off, the root starts growing downwards to anchor the seed and to search for more food and nutrients from the soil. Meanwhile, the shoots or growth above ground begin to appear. The seed sends a shoot towards the surface where we see a baby plant with tiny leaves grow to harvest energy from the sun. This process of the growth of a seed into a plant is called germination.
Parts of a plant. Plants are an important part of our lives. We use plants for many things such as food, clothing, and shelter. We make food colors and natural dyes from plants. What are the parts of a plant? Every plant grows from a small seed. Let us look at all that happens to the seed before it becomes a fully grown plant. Seed. First, we plant a seed in the soil and water it. A seed is the hard part found inside a fruit. From the seed, small roots grow downwards that help the seed to fix itself in the soil. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and pass it to the other parts of the plant. Shoot or stem. The shoot grows upwards from the soil. It grows little leaves and branches. This functions as a straw. It takes the water and minerals that the root has collected and transports it to the leaves, branches, and other parts of the plant. Leaf. The leaf is a green blade-like structure growing on the stem of a plant. It can be of any shape, size, or texture. Most leaves are green in color because they have a pigment called chlorophyll in them. This pigment, along with water from the roots, carbon dioxide from the air, and sunlight, prepares food for the plant. So the leaves are also known as a food factory of a plant. Flowers. Flowers add beauty to the plant. There are of different colors. Flowers are pretty and they have a fragrance which attracts bees to a flower. Bees suck nectar from flowers and help in pollination. Flowers are used for decoration and to make perfumes. Fruit. A fruit grows from a flower. Fruit contains seed which help in the growth of a new plant.
Plants are one of the most essential living organisms on earth. They are immensely beneficial to both animals and human beings. They produce oxygen, which is crucial for the survival of living organisms. Trees provide shelter to animals and are also known for their medicinal benefits. Overall, different parts of plants have different roles to perform. They act as a source of food and oxygen and maintain the ecological balance. A plant has many parts. Different parts perform different functions. For better understanding, let us take a look at the structure of different parts of a plant and see how they are beneficial to the environment. Functions of roots. Roots hold the plant firmly in the soil and prevent soil erosion. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. Some plants store food in their roots. Plants like carrot, beetroot, and radish store food in their roots. Functions of a stem. The stem holds the plant upright. The stem carries water and food to different parts of the plant. Some plants like ginger, potato, and sugarcane store food in their stem.
Adaptations in plants. Plants are found almost everywhere. They grow on mountain slopes, on hills, in deserts, in marshes, and even in waterbeds. The plants that grow in these places differ from one another as they have features that help them to survive and adapt in their respective habitats. Why do plants adapt? All plants have to adjust themselves to their surroundings to live and reproduce. This process of adjustment in a particular environment is called adaptation. Adaptations are special features that allow a plant to live in a particular place or habitat. Plants are classified in two categories: terrestrial plants that grow on land and aquatic plants that grow in water. The plants growing in desert areas require very little water. They can store the little water that they get. Cactuses and date palms are examples of plants that grow here. Plants in plains. The plants that grow in the plains need lots of water. Aquatic plants are of three types: floating plants, fixed plants, and submerged plants. Floating plants. These float on the water surface. They are small and light in weight. In a way, they protect other aquatic life from the heat of the sun. Duckweed, pondweed, and water hyacinth are the examples of floating plants. Fixed plants. These plants grow on the surface of the water body, but their roots remain fixed to the waterbed. The leaves of such plants are broad, thick, and fleshy. They have a wax coating that prevents them from rotting. Lotus and water lily are some examples of fixed plants. Submerged plants. These plants grow completely underwater. Kelp is an example of an underwater plant.
Plants and trees
play a vital role in our lives. Let us look at the different ways in which they impact life. Trees form an important part of the ecosystem. They take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen which we breathe in. Small animals and birds make their homes in trees. Trees help in the prevention of floods. Forests absorb rainwater and allow it to seep into the ground because roots of trees make the soil porous. When rainwater falls on leaves of trees and plants, it does not fall directly on the ground or stagnate. Instead, it drips slowly onto the forest ground. This helps to prevent floods. Trees help in the prevention of soil erosion. Roots hold the soil firmly and improve the drainage as well. The foliage intercepts falling rainwater and reduces the force it exerts when it hits the ground. Plants beautify our environment. Parks and botanical gardens foster an appreciation for nature. Several plants have medicinal value and the extracts from these are used to make medicines. So, let us plant more trees, take care of our earth, and make it a greener place to live in.